Yesterday, Q said, watch CA. And by that, I'm sure he meant watch California, not watch Canada. There is a lot to see in California. And for those of you who live in California, I hope this is informative. If you're not aware of these issues already, they're some very significant issues. If you don't live in California, please pray for us. We need your prayers. We need your hope. We need your good wishes, because there are a lot of dark moves being made on the state of California. And the first one I want to mention is this: breaking California Assembly votes to ban books on treating unwanted gay attraction. Okay, we can cope with that, right? On the surface, it, of course, like everything else, doesn't sound threatening. But in reality, the expression of the enforcement of this bill could be used to ban the sale of Bibles. And I'll just read a little bit of this article from Conservative Tribune. Shockingly, the proposed law could even be construed to make it illegal to sell Bibles, since they include verses that the far left finds unacceptable. Assembly Bill 2943 would make it unlawful business practice to engage in a transaction intended to result, or that results, in the sale or lease of goods or services to any consumer that advertise, offer to engage in, or do engage in sexual orientation change efforts with an individual, explained National Review. That's a lot of legalese to digest, so let's break it down. What the bill basically says is that anything that can be seen as trying to impact a person's sexual orientation would be illegal to sell or offer. This would almost certainly include traditional Christian counseling services and books. There's a very deep concern here. This isn't just some random, oh, we might have issues with that. This was passed by the Assembly, and now it goes to the Senate. So that's one issue that's facing California. Another issue is the net neutrality bill, which President Trump neutralized, took out for, nationally. But California is trying to reinstate it. And this bill is in committee now. It's in the Senate committee. So I believe this one was already passed by the Assembly. This is a big concern. I used to even subscribe to a net neutrality newsletter by email. I used to believe that it was a good thing, but obviously now I've realized, and I won't get too deeply into it. You can leave a comment on the video if you want more information, but not a good thing, not a positive thing at all. And we have another issue in California that we are dealing with, and that is California Democrat introduces bill to force websites to use fact checkers. California Senator Dr. Richard Pan has proposed a bill, the Online False Information Act, that would require anyone who posts news on the internet to verify their information through fact checkers. Well, who gets to choose the fact checkers? Who gets to verify the fact checkers? I'm quite certain that alternative media would not make it past the fact checkers that these people would designate. And of course, if you watch the news at all, or are familiar at all with what's going on, you are aware of the struggles that California has with sanctuary cities. And this issue seems to be ongoing. A recent Trump, 18 hours ago, President Trump tweet, sanctuary cities released at least 142 gang members across the United States, making it easy for them to commit all forms of violent crimes where none would have existed. We are doing a great job of law enforcement, but things such as this make safety in America difficult. And we have this struggle where our governor doesn't want to allow the National Guard in California to protect our border. And again, that's just an ongoing issue that we have. Maybe we can start a hashtag impeach Jerry Brown or impeach Governor Brown or something like that. We have to do it quick before we lose our First Amendment rights, okay? And another thing that's going on with California is the proposals to divide California. And I want to look at, there are two of them that are very significant. One is grassroots, initiated by liberty people who want to see the rule of law promoted, who believe in the Constitution of the United States of America, and who would like to see the United States Republic restored and see good things happen. And the other proposal is from, it's the 3 Californias, and this proposal, it was initiated by Tim Draper. Now, it's my personal belief that Tim Draper is probably representing globalist interests. His father was a member of Skull and Bones. I'll try to remember to put that link in the video notes, and all these links will be in the video notes. But let's just look at this. I mean, even objectively, even if Tim Draper's a good guy with good intentions, let's look at this. Let's see what's going to happen here. 3 Californias. Here's the proposed map. And now this has gained 600,000 signatures, and the proposal is going to be on the ballot in November. And I want to just note, in California, it's legal to pay people to gather signatures to submit petitions for things to be on the ballot. That's why you see these weird things on the ballot sometimes. There are people who are being paid to stand outside of Trader Joe and get signatures for some of these bizarre proposals. That's how this happens. They get paid for it. So I live in California, okay? If somebody asks me to sign a petition, my first question is, do you receive payment for doing this? If the answer is yes, I'm not gonna sign that petition. Even if I agree with it, I'll go online and find it somewhere and sign it, because that seems to me to interfere with the democratic process. You can buy, you're not directly buying votes, but in a sense you're buying votes, okay? So enough said about that. So let's look at 3 Californias. Each one of these proposed new states has significant metropolitan areas. This is gerrymandering. See, this has been broken up so that these big metropolitan areas can tip the scales to cause the conservative votes in California to have less of an impact. And I'm trying to avoid, it breaks down to Republican, Democrat at this point, but I want to avoid that characterization, because as we know, anybody that's been paying attention, it doesn't really matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. It's what's in your heart for America, what's in your heart for people. Do you want to see rule of law? Do you want to see the Constitution upheld? Do you want to live under the Bill of Rights? Or do you want to surrender all of that and allow yourself to be placed into an oligarchy, hoping for the best that those over you will be caring nurturers, which of course they're not, or they wouldn't be trying to grab all this power in the first place. So you've got each one of these regions, it's a proposed new state with very large metropolitan areas. So the conservative votes that are out here, up here, out here, they're going to go up in the scales, because these metropolitan areas are going to tip the scales in the other direction. What can you do about this? You can join New California. You can get in touch with them. I have not done so, but as we can see, the alternative to what I'm calling the globalist plan, New California, this isn't Republican, Democrat. This is, the red is counties with committees already set up to become a part of New California. The blue is counties with committees that are proposing to become a part of New California. The yellow is what will remain California. Everything else will be New California. So you can see on this map, most, if not all, of the large metropolitan areas that will tend to vote progressive will be staying in old California. And new California will be the voters who want to see the rule of law upheld and want to see the Constitution of the United States be the law of the land. So, two alternatives here, and my sense is that some of these wild proposals, these bills, they want to pass these before the state changes, because what they'll do then is whatever is in place, presumably the new states will also keep, at least for some time. Now, I doubt New California would do that. They'll probably start over and get rid of some of those things immediately. But the three Californias, I suspect that they will keep the laws that have already been put in place. So if you want to become involved with New California, here's a phone number. I'll put the website in the video notes. And another way to make your opinions known is get in touch with your California state senators. This bill that would severely limit Christian speech is in their hands. You can get in touch with them, make your voice heard, let them know what you want, we the people, and they may ignore you, but it can't hurt. And if these people, what they really want more than anything else is to maintain their position. So if there's enough pressure on them, they get the feeling that if they don't vote the way people want them to vote, they'll be out, then they'll vote the way the people want them to vote. And the other side, you can bet, is making a lot of noise. So if you have a few minutes, get in touch with these people. I hope this has been helpful. Again, I want to end with a little bit of encouragement that Q said, watch CA, and I'm sure he meant it positively. Midterms are safe. If they're going to be looking at the voting process in California, chances are a lot of other issues are going to be exposed too. So thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.